Good morning. Love you. Wow. hmm It's a wood stove. Most people don't know what it is. I agree. It's the greatest survival item you could ever have in your life. Cooks your food, heats your house, boils your water. Oh, what's in there? Wood. Kind of look like a ham hock, doesn't it? Or a prime rib or something. Gotcha. No, I wasn't being sarcastic, but a lot of people have never seen a wood stove. Matter of fact, this whole generation. How you doing today, Nico? Right on. Yeah, when I do early morning videos, I get a lot of people from other countries. Nobody in America's up yet. Well, thank you for joining. How's Romania treating you? Don't matter how old you are, as far as eating, that's one thing we learn at a young age, don't we? I thought uh, I don't go live often, but you got to click on stuff to eliminate certain things, but I didn't do that on this live. It's a PG anyways. We're not doing anything, watching the fire. Okay. Yeah, are you a content creator? I don't really consider myself a content creator. I have TikTok and YouTube and I post videos, but like I don't go around, you know, I don't wake up during the day thinking about creating content, so to speak. But I'm older, I'm not ambitious like that. I think about doing my artwork in the morning, which is basically being a content creator. So we're all content creators if you think about it. What content are you creating? You know what I mean? But yeah, no, social media is not my favorite thing. Socialism is not my favorite thing. Socializing is not my favorite thing. But I like to do it on my time. Yeah, I don't even know how many subs are on this channel. Like, I'm definitely not 1,000. I forget. I couldn't even tell you how many subs I have on this channel. Not a lot. Not enough to get paid, that's for sure. Hey, Nico, that's another thing. Now I sit and say, oh, I'm not a content creator. But the minute you get a paycheck, I'm sure it changes the dynamics. You know what I mean? If you're getting paid doing this, then you're a content creator. You know what I mean? The key is to not worry about money and just post your life and have fun. That's the key to life anyways. Don't worry about the money. Just have fun, follow your heart, buddy. Money's going to take you to your grave quick. It's going to take you right to it, lead you right to it, but you ain't going to be able to take it with you. But it'll show you the way out of here. $147, what does that mean? I didn't read it. What'd you say? Oh, 147 subs? Yeah, no, not much, man. Yeah, I'll subscribe to your channel too. There's a few young kids, artists, that when I post my art, I get some really talented children. Hate to say that, but you know, artists start at a young age. I started doing my artwork at a very young age. I feel like I was better as a kid than I am now. I had less restrictions in my mind, so to speak. So if you're doing art at a young age, that's awesome. You have 270 subs in 4 years. Well, you got to try, man. I don't try. You're not trying. You know, YouTube, you got to do it every day, all day, 3 times a day. You know, 5 videos a day. Go live all day. You know, promote your work. Like I said, I'm not that ambitious. You know, there's a lot of mean people. Although your comments are filtered now, you know what I mean? Negative comments get filtered, but some of them slip through and whatever. Social media is a beast. I love Jesus, my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's really the only thing I really, really deeply focus on is the Lord Jesus Christ, my Savior. Everything else is just on the surface of the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all pocket change. You can have a whole lot of pocket change in your life too, but it's going to weigh you down. Oh, yeah, I've got a couple channels. I've got a new channel right now I'm building. Not even promoting, I'm just building it, uploading it, and it already has like 900 followers, but no one I know because they're just random. Lady Legend. Hang on. I'll write it down. Doodle. Lady Legend, huh? All right. Better not be dark web or something stupid. I don't play games on internet, brother. The world's too negative. I don't even let people talk about the president. Good or bad. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? The old saying goes, if you can't say something nice, say nothing. After you go live on Lady Legend. Yeah, no. No, focus on religion, man. Even if it's no religion. That would mean, you know, hopefully you focus on yourself. Spiritualism. My uncle just recently passed away, and his whole life, we would always hear he was atheist or at best atheist. You know what I mean? If you say at best by atheist, it's like, okay, that's clinging on to even that was a challenge. But anyways, he just recently passed away, and he told me, he's like, I love Jesus. He's just joshing me. I'm like, man, that's the greatest thing I could ever hear at this point. But it wasn't the day he died he said that, but a couple months before he passed away, he told me, he's like, no, I believe. I'm like, man, uncle, I believe. Yeah, no, that's life, man. That was sudden. That was my best friend, Uncle Roger. Oh, I had a heck of a year, Nico. This year, 2025 it just ripped through my family. Couple cousins, my stepdad, my uncle, couple uncles, couple cousins. Yeah, man, 3 uncles, to be honest. My Uncle Mark, my Uncle Dave, and my Uncle Roger died. My stepdad died. My cousin Gretchen died. Just thinking out loud because it's life. Who else? I'm missing one or two, trust me, and that was all last year. But my heart's like a rock, man. Matter of fact, if my heart had a color, it would be gray. You know, but that's just 55 years of living and, you know, a lot of love lost in life. A lot of love gained, but a lot of love lost. You know what I'm saying? No, don't be sorry, man. My heart's pure. I don't I could sit and talk about things to be sorry about and it wouldn't start with me. You know what I mean? Please don't feel sorry for me. Anybody that has the Lord in their heart, we don't really worry about much on the exterior. You know what I mean? This is life. When you have faith in the Lord, my friend, nothing else matters. I can't say it enough. It's like a feeling of being a millionaire, except non-monetary. Just wake up excited. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with money. That's when you know you have the Lord in your heart, my friend. That's it right there. Sit here all day with bread and water. You know what I mean? Bread, water, and my Bible. It's enough for a man to live. You're not going to thrive, but you'll live. I don't think I'll throw any more wood on. Smells so good. If you know, you know. Thanks for the like, buddy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. I wish I knew Romania. When I lived in Fort Lauderdale, well, I lived in Pompano Beach, particular. My coworkers, like 4 of them were Romanian, so I was starting to understand when they would talk. They would slow it down and teach me certain specific words, not phrases, but words. That's how I learn other languages, one word at a time. You know what I mean? I'm not like that. I'm not book smart like that. I could be. We all have the potential, but it's not where you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be fluent. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you're doing good, buddy. Doing good, buddy. I'm surprised you're sitting here watching this. It doesn't seem like anything that I would be doing at that age, but up to you. I'm not mad at you. But I like to push 18 and older on my videos. I forgot about you have to do that. Like and I say that, and that's, if I have my art out and stuff, I don't limit who watches my stuff. I'm sitting here doing fireside chats, shooting the crap, you know, just talking to people. I like it to be adults. You know, because you want to lead by example, and half the time I'm just drinking coffee, talking about specific topics, you know what I mean, and not being friendly to user friendly, so to speak. Especially if, but I never think who's going to watch me, what young kid would watch these videos, but some do. I don't even think, I think social media, I think it should be 18 and older for, or at least 16. You can't even have a phone till you're 16. Like, learn how to cut grass and plant flowers and hug a tree before you start worrying about other people's problems on your phone. Because that's all you're going to do is pick up your phone and watch everybody else's problems. You know what I mean? That's the thing. There's nothing for children on these phones. There's nothing for anybody on these phones. You're in 7th grade. Oh man, when I was in 7th grade, that was the worst period of my life. We moved from one area to the worst area of Saginaw, Michigan when I was in 7th grade, and they put me at North School. Fists were flying. But that was a racially segregated school at 7th grade. I didn't even know anything about racism until I went to North School. But yeah, it was horrible. I hope you're doing better, buddy. Hope you're doing better. All I can tell you is focus on playing sports. You know what I mean? Doing good in school. It sounds so stupid to say that, but man, I hope you play soccer and whatever other sport you can play, what you can afford to play. Sports aren't cheap. I used to play summer sports because my grades weren't good enough in school, which was just because I was so lost when I was a kid. No structure. But man, I pray that you play sports and do good in school and don't worry about what other kids say. That's the one thing I pray for all of the youth. It sounds so silly, but it's so not silly. It's so simple, but when you're a kid, it's all about peer pressure and, you know what I mean? What's going on with all your peers and trying to fit in and look cool and be cool and, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even think public schools should be a thing. We have to work so dang hard in this country that no parents can stay home with their children anymore. It's sad. You go to my wife's country and other Asian countries, and those women are home with their children. You know what I mean? They're at home with those kids. But not in America. We have to hustle to be here. But I won't ever have any more kids, but if I was to have another one, I'd raise it at home. I'd teach it how to grow vegetables, love animals, and love Jesus. Yeah, that's the main thing. That's the lost culture, is growing our own food. It's not that far away from when we used to do it. You can go to the rivers and still see where a couple generations ago we used to grind our herbs, you know what I mean? You still find grinding stones out west and in Ohio, all the big rivers, Mississippi River, all kinds of artifacts still. The natives used to do it. That was only a couple hundred years ago. So technology comes and goes quick. This isn't our first rodeo with technology, trust me. They find machines 100 miles deep inside of lava caves that have no explanation how they got down there. You know what I mean? Wheels and all kinds of mechanisms they have found in Russia and 1,000 miles deep into the stone. and all of a sudden there's a machine down there. Well, according to our scientists, that era and that layer of stone's 2 million years old, and there's a machine stuck in it. I've seen numerous, not numerous, but 3 or 4 things down in there, and various videos. It's like time is such a facade. Today you will do your mom and porch part. What does that mean? Helping your mom today? I love my ma. Moms are awesome, brother. Love my dad, love my ma. I loved my stepdad. No, that's that. If I could, I'd still be living with my mom. Taking care of her, you know what I mean? Yes, sirree. Well, this fire is getting nonchalant, to say the least. Oh. Well, at least you know it's pig. At least you know it's a pig. We don't know what's on our shelves. They call it something, but quite honestly, I don't know what's on those shelves at Walmart or whoever, wherever. Anything wrapped in plastic with a label on it, yeah. At least you know what you're eating. I don't eat a bunch of animals. Never have. I do eat meat, but not a lot. Not a lot. When I was a kid, I hated meat. But my mom was pretty much vegetarian. She ate fish and stuff growing up, but my stepfather ate meat, but he used to not force it on me, but meat was what was for dinner, so you're either eating that or you're not eating. That was kind of my scenario with him. But I didn't like the flavor of any meat when I was a kid. I still don't really. It's more, I could be chewing a dehydrated bean just as easy as a piece of meat, you know what I mean? Or tofu or hummus, grains, oats, nuts. It's all, falafel. Once you spice it up and flavor it up, why it doesn't have to be alive. It didn't have to be living. Yeah, I live in the woods right now, buddy. It does take money. Takes money to make money. But I live with less. I've always been this way, and I know how to clear out a room of people quick. When the camping party's over for the weekend, I'm the guy that stays. I never went home when the camping party left. That's me. No, I loved the feeling of camping so much, I made my whole life a camping trip. Now I live on a camping trip. I'll show you. Ouch. Sorry. Ugh. Wow, my phone's hot. Hang on. Ugh. Hummingbirds are back already. But yeah. Yep. I'm a camper. I've lived in vans and all that good stuff. That's what we do. See, living with less is a more plentiful and bountiful life, in my opinion. Less is best. Like, you don't have things to weigh you down. I still have too many things right now. I'm downsizing even more. If I had it my way, it would just be a backpack and my animals. You know what I mean? Just traveling. Right, lovely? What are you doing? Where you going, girl? Huh? Where you going? Where you going, girl? What are you doing? Another hour, all those dandelions will be wide open. That's good eating. Welly, what are you doing, girl? Hi. Welly. Norl, huh? That's a cool name. Nice flowers out already. Spring is springing. All right, well, thanks for joining me, buddy. Nice talking to you, son. God bless you.